Hi, it's Chris Watkin here, and I'm with Simon Bradbury from Thomas Morris in Cambridgeshire. Hi, Simon.
Hi, Chris.
Simon, you're pretty well known on the estate agency circuit. You seem to be at all the awards. Everyone seems to be talking about Thomas Morris. Tell me why you wanted to come today to share with UK estate agency what you've done at Tom Morris to improve your conversion rate from free vals to listings.
Well, Chris, okay. What we have found at Thomas Morris is that, if it doesn't sound too immodest, we've always thought that we were good, but we decided we really wanted to move from being good to exceptional. So when the valuation conversion figures came through in January of this year, all the way back to the beginning of the year, we were really, really surprised and shocked because they deteriorated.
Okay, so what was your conversion rate in 2017?
In 2017, our conversion rate was about 40%.
Which is not bad.
No, absolutely not bad.
Okay.
But in January, that reduced to 31, I think it was 31.78%. It's a significant reduction.
Okay. So tell the people why you're here today over a series of videos of how you've been able to get that to nearly 50%, well, over 50% by the end of the year.
The reason I'm here is that I, over the years, have been very fortunate, as you say, I would go to a lot of conferences and meet a lot of other estate agents, and they've been very generous indeed, in sharing ideas with me that I've implemented. People I admire in a estate agency like Sean Newman.
Oh, I love Sean.
Yeah, great guy. And other industry gurus like Peter Knight, the Property Academy. They've shared a lot of stuff for free with me. And we have had the most fantastically interesting year in doing this work and this analysis. And I thought people might be interested to hear about it.
Well, they do say givers receive in this world.
Yeah.
And this is your way of paying back.
It is.
So over a series of videos, if that's okay with you,
Yeah.
On a step-by-step basis, are you happy for us to go through the analysis, what you've done, and all the way through to how you've been able to improve?
Very happy.
You know, by nearly, from 21 to over 50%. That's an improvement of nearly 75, 38 proportionally.
Yeah.
These are big numbers.
Yeah, big
Okay,
numbers.
so let's roll the clock back to 2018 in January. You had a conversion rate of 31.7, 31.8. What made you? Was it just that month, and you're, oh my God, that we're not converting? What rang the alarm bell?
It was that sort of reaction. It's such a dramatic. Of course, all estate agents know you can have the odd occasion.
Because January's a crap month sometimes.
Yeah, but the reason that was particularly in January, what you'll often get is the people who you valued in December.
Yes.
Will then come back in January.
Yes.
They'll come onto your listing figures, and so frankly, I was expecting it to be 45, 50%. And so that's what really rang the alarm bells. The other thing that concerned us, my colleagues and I, when we're speaking to the frontline valuers, we were saying, what's happened, guys? And nobody seemed, I mean, we're very fortunate at Thomas Morris. We have genuinely got a fantastic team of valuers, but nobody seemed to have an answer. And what we decided...
what sort of, for those people that have been living in a cave, are you just a one-office operation in the middle of rural Cambridgeshire?
No, we've got 7 branches and we operate the Fine and Country brand under licence across Cambridgeshire.
So you must be part of the guild then?
We're part of the guild, we're part of Relocation Agent Network.
All right, so you're in all the clubs?
Yeah, we are in all the clubs, and I find that really, really useful because it means that by being members of these clubs, as you'd call them, we can pick up on all the latest ideas. In fact, I rang round some RAM and guild colleagues and to see if they were experiencing the same sort of thing, and the answer was no. Their conversion rates were still about the same.
Okay, so alarm bells rang in January. You were having a poor conversion rate. What was the first thing that you did?
First thing we did is what we always try to do at Thomas Morris, was to come up with a plan.
Okay.
And that plan had 5 stages. Do you want me to run through the 5 stages?
I'll tell you what I'd like to do is let's go through the stages bullet point now, not go into so much depth.
Okay.
And then in further videos, we can break them down into a lot more detail so we can help the guys out there.
Yeah, okay. So the first stage is that I decided that I would go out with every single valuer throughout the whole of Thomas Morris.
How many are there?
I think altogether, some of the managers do some of the valuing some of the time. So I think we've got about 20.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I decided I'd go out on an appointment with every single one of them to see what was actually happening live in the field.
Okay, so that was stage one. What was stage two?
Stage two was to pick up on the lessons that we'd learned, if we'd learned anything, from those valuation appointments, after we'd identified what was needed, to train the men and women that value for Thomas Morris on how they could improve. That was stage two. Yeah.
What's stage three?
Stage three is that once we trained them, we wanted them to test some of the things they'd been trained in for a 6-week period, to see if they managed to put into practice what we thought would be valuable to them from the training.
Stage four?
Stage four was producing a new presentation system to demonstrate to our valuers that we really wanted to give them proper full support.
And the final stage?
The final stage we've just completed, and that was to go out with everybody again, assessing them, doing a little something extra, which I'm happy to share with you at a later time, but essentially to focus on the areas that we'd found needed improvement to see how they were doing.
And just to confirm, you are not going to hold anything back. You're going to share all this with the world.
I am. I'm going to be very open, vulnerable, truthful and honest.
Well, on behalf of UK Estate Agency, I want to say thank you in advance. So what I'd like to do is let's go to the next video, which is stage one, is where you went out with the valuers, and let's find out what occurred. Is that okay?
Of course it is.
Okay,
Looking forward
cheers.
to it.